Guys, welcome to a little bit something special, I would say, on this channel, and that is Gaslands. This is a new little bit of juicy content we're building with a channel kind of collaboration. I'm here with my good friend James Hall, aka JH Miniatures?
JH Miniatures.
JH Miniatures, and we're basically, both our channels are collaborating to bring you guys out there on the lovely YouTubes, Gaslands. So, I'll let you basically go through the basics of what Gaslands is.
Hello Wasteland, I'm here with Lee of Bleeped Up Productions. I can remember yours.
It is good. It's a tongue
remember
twister, I swear, it is. JH. I'll keep wanting to say GH. It's JH.
Games Workshop Hall. There you go. Yeah, so let's talk about Gaslands. The game of games. I got into this about 2 years ago, back in 2015-16, and it's one of those games that I think once you start looking into it, once you start getting your old toys out of the attic, when you start basically the fun part, which is gluing guns on and rams and spikes, and you find that there's a whole aspect of miniature hobby that you didn't know was there before. But when you look at something like a Mad Max themed game, previously they've been few and far between, but with what Osprey Publishing have done, yeah, it's fantastic. It's completely opened up the community, and I mean, I remember 2 years ago when I first got into this, there was like 5 of us on this forum, and that was it. You know, we would post up these cool little toy cars that we'd made, and we're like, "Oh, look at this paint job! Isn't that sick?" And that was it. There was no presence. There was no custom part scene. I mean, Zynga Industries, who do a ton of wonderful bits, they've started producing lots of 20mm stuff now, and that's fantastic. But yeah, it's really taken the world by storm at the moment.
Yeah, it has. I think it's so accessible, which I think is one of the best things about Gaslands. Because, like we were saying before we turned on the camera, we were talking about how with other games you need to buy a rulebook and then an army, and then if you need an army, you might need to buy another thing and this, and then it just seems to always rack up prices. With this, it's like the price of a car toy. And then just basically going down to it like with DIY. So with some of your stuff, it's just like lollipop sticks and some like mesh and stuff like that, and it comes to pennies pretty much almost.
Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff that I've been using in my hobby. It's not stuff that's specially crafted, you know, that you can't possibly recreate. A lot of this stuff, if you spend the time, you can make it yourself. But this isn't impossible. Making some of this stuff isn't as difficult as it looks, and that's really nice. You can, like you say, you can buy Poundland toy cars. You can buy toys from Asda. This giant, you know, dump truck
is amazing.
You know, this is based on a toy truck from Asda, you know, or Walmart for our American viewers.
Yes, there
you know,
we go.
It's a £5 toy that I used a lot of plastic cards. You know, I used a lot of like, lollipop sticks and things, and there's lots of third-party bits that exist now, but like when I made the doof wagon, you know, there wasn't a specialised little plastic speaker that you could put on there, whereas now we've got that, which is really nice. But like you see a lot of builds that use 40k parts, like Space Marine guns or Orc parts, and they work great. So as a means of getting into it, it can literally be toys that you had as a kid and whatever you happen to have in your bits box.
That's it. When you look at some of the stuff James has done, he's kind of like, I love this one. The big wheeler is my favourite because it's it's like 2 caddies, an upside down body and a body on a bloody monster truck, and it just looks ridiculously awesome. It's just, you could do anything. Like with some of the stuff you've done, which I really like, is for you video gamers out there, obviously there's inspirations like Carmageddon and Twisted Metal and stuff, but you created Twisted Metal. It's just like the lovely joy.
Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal was one of those models that you had to do it. Once I I got into this and I thought, well, wait a minute, you know, that's not something I've seen someone make yet. You just have to, and the pieces are real simple. I mean, the head itself, that started off life as just like a bead. Like you get some big jewelry shop beads for craft projects. You take that, you get some green stuff, a bit of the mesh to make it look like sort of fiberglass that's worn off, and before you know it, you've made this flamethrower head that's iconic from the game, but didn't cost you like 30 quid custom thing. Like it's a lot easier than that. So,
but like you said, the community seems to just be getting bigger and bigger. Like the fun projects that I want to do, we were saying, because I commissioned you to do the Italian YOBS, which you'll see in a battle report, but James basically, I said to him, could you do 3 minis and then have a war rig that basically pops the minis out? And he did, and I'm like super excited about them. But then you can go anywhere with your imagination, and like I want to do a Sega like whole crew of like a car based on Sonic the Hedgehog, and you know, a car based on Knuckles and loads of other stuff, and just it's basically whatever your imagination wants to do. And like we said with our channel collabs, you do tutorials more than anything, basic like how to take apart cars and then ideas behind that and the structure of things. I just really want to do battle reports and bring the fun side of it, and then just also invite more people to just come and play Gaslands with us.
I got to say, this is like a great opportunity for me, because the majority of my content right now it's pretty amateurish. You know, I'm very new to YouTube, I'm very new to making videos. So it's nice to work with someone who has been around for as long as you have on YouTube, who has got an established channel and a community. So I can learn from that and improve my own content. So hopefully when you watch my terrible videos, you're not horrified by the drop in quality by comparison.
The one thing I want to do before we end this lovely little interview is James does commissioning, and it is unbelievable how cool some of his stuff looks. Like this bad boy, the Wolverine, just the Wolverine alone. I remember like 2 years ago you came in with like, you talked a little bit about Gaslands, so I was like, I don't know what the heck this is, but they look really cool. And like to see it now, like it was on the first cover of the Osprey kind of magazine for Gaslands, wasn't it?
Yeah, the time extended issue 1.
Yes.
That is the front cover. I'm proud to say.
Yes, proud to say.
After all this time, it finally happened. Thank you guys.
But it's like that. You can, because it's your attention to detail on little things, and like I think you've done other commissions for other people and stuff like that, and with the Italian YOBS, for me, it was cool to have like the constant back and forth, because sometimes when you have people who do commissions, they just kind of hide in a back cave, paint everything and send you the odd thing, but for you it was very clear. It was like, here's an update, this is where we're going to go, are you cool with this? And then you went there, and then it was like, can we change anything? And I was like, no, you're doing exactly what I want you to do, it's dope.
It's nice to hear that. Thank you.
It is. It's all good. No, it's good, because the worst thing I always say is like I always promote when people do paint jobs for me or anything like that. I think it just builds the community even more, because there's people out there who are worried about like, oh, I can't paint, so how can we sort this out? And there's people out there willing to do stuff. So obviously, if you've got ideas or anything like that, you can hit James up. Is there any like websites or links or anything that you can?
I do have a website. I'm trying to remember the link off the top of my head. There will be a link in the description.
There you go, and it will probably flash up now on the screen with hilarious sale signs like.
Let's get some foghorns,
some like confetti and stuff. Just like but yeah, like just if you wanted James to, because I know you've done a lot of cars for people in Australia as well, so it doesn't really limit it just to England. It's like
I'll happily make models for people abroad. That's not a problem. You know, all I ask at the end of the day is, you know, I think like a lot of people, it's easy to forget when it comes to YouTube. I have a real life job, and I know you have a real life job.
I have a real life job as well, yes.
A lot of this is balance, and as much as, you know, I wish I could make a YouTube channel live off of that, I can't. I have a day job. So it's, with the commissioning work, it's the same.
So, with that being said, James, thanks for coming on our channel. I'm excited for this year's worth of content of Gaslands. Yeah. Like, the craziness we have in store for you guys is awesome. Just like the ideas we have, of whether it would just be straight up death races and loads of other fun stuff, but also the hobby aspect of things, of just going and walking through projects and just showing what it was to where it's finished, is also like something I'm really excited about, because I think that inspires a lot more people to then go out and go, you know what, I didn't think of that, maybe I can try that out. With that being said then, guys, James's channel is in the description below. We have a battle report coming out very, very soon. We've just finished filming it after we filmed this, well, pretty much before we filmed this. We had a hilarious outrunning, and it's the Italian YOBS versus the Dead Men. And I can tell you what, there were some hilarious shenanigans that happened in that.
There were some good moments in there.
It was.
Lots of fire.
Lots of fire and hilarious driving, and that's pretty much what sums up Gaslands, I think, in a nutshell. So, without further ado, guys, take care, have a good one, and watch this channel and James's channel for more Gaslands content. So, yeah, take it easy.
Take care, Wasteland. We'll see you in the next video.